name's Terry Morris, and I've designed this class for people who have compromised knees. I tried to do it gentle so that there's not a lot of kneeling or over flexing, and get a nice little workout. So we're going to start in Shavasana, so meet me lying down. As you lie in Shavasana, we just let everything go, relax, and focus on your breath. You can place one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. With each inhale and exhale, deepen your breath. Push out just that much longer. Inhale a little bit longer. Get more oxygen in each time. And as you exhale, just when you think you've exhaled all your air, push the muscles right below your belly button to get even more air out, allowing for a deeper inhale. Quiet your mind and focus only on your breath for now. Going inward, checking in with yourself. Slowly opening your eyes, maybe dropping your hands. And we're going to roll onto our side, facing me. Fetal position, resting your head on your arm. And from here, we're going to start a stretch, like a good morning stretch. Top arm, top leg, reaching out as far as you can. Little arch in your back. Gaze up at your hand. And as you exhale, we're going to bring that knee and elbow together and do a little crunch, flexing your spine. And as you inhale, back to stretching it as long as you can, reaching out. And exhale, bring it in. Moving with your breath now. Inhale, stretch it long. Exhale, crunch it in. So this is cat-cow basically, but on your side without putting pressure on your knees. One more inhale here. And exhale it in. And we'll just roll onto our back. Feeling a little stretched out on one side. We're going to come up to boat pose here. So on your sacrum a bit. Legs can be bent. Straighten if it's available to you. Toe mounds shining outward, toes spread, arms strong. Really engaging your core here. We're going to slowly lower down in control. Very nice. Breath or two, rest. And we're coming up again to boat pose. And in control, slowly lowering, lowering, lowering. And one more boat pose coming up. Really engaging the core. And slowly lowering down. Very nice. Let's come through. So coming to seated again. We're just going to walk our hands through to the other side. Coming onto our tummy, we'll go into a Sphinx pose where you're resting on your elbows. And it's just a passive stretch for your abs after we just work them out. Let's come to our side. We're working the other side now with our cat-cow. So reaching your arm up and long, gaze up at your hand for extra flexion in your spine. And exhale, bring it in. Inhale. Really stretch long like a morning stretch and then bring it in. Moving with your breath, inhaling straight. Exhale, cringe. Oh, let's do one more. All right. And laying on your back. Just a little rest for a few breaths. And coming up to boat pose. Really strong in the core. Let's just slowly release it down. Rest for a breath. And back up to boat. Slowly releasing it down. Boat pose. Make it nice and strong. Chest high. Abs engaged and lower. Oh, very nice. Let's hug our knees in. Now with sensitive knees, it's best to hug your knees underneath, hug your thighs underneath your knees for this one. And then just gently rock side to side for a lower back massage, a little bit of a spine stretch. All right. Releasing and coming up. We're just going to walk our hands through and come into the Sphinx pose. Again, just on your elbows, a nice passive stretch for the abs. And from here, we're going to go into a cobra flow. So placing your hands by your rib cage, fingertips kind of by your armpits. We're going to keep our neck long and strong, gaze downward. And as you inhale, using your back muscles, hug your elbows into your body, using all your back muscles coming up as you inhale. And exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, come up. Now you don't want to have a lot of pressure in your hands. It's the back muscles that are curling up like a cobra. And releasing down. Again, engaging all the muscles down your back to curl your back upward. Engaging right to your belly button and your core. And releasing down. Let's do one more. Really hug in those elbows. And exhale down. Let's just rest here. Stacking your hands. Resting your cheek or your forehead on your hands. And maybe notice your heart beating. We did a bit of a workout there to get the heart going. Keeping your forehead on your stacked hands, we're going to lift them up together and just move the top of your torso to the right, keeping your hips glued to the floor. And then lifting up, coming through the center and moving just to the other side. And lifting up and coming back to center. Let's place our hands and push up into down dog. Lingering in your down dog, making sure your fingers are strong, spread strong and wide, and elbow creases forward. Sacrum to the sky and heels pushing downward. Head should be loose enough that you can shake it or nod it. No tension in the neck. From down dog, we'll just walk our feet up to our hands into a forward fold. Lifting your kneecaps. Let everything hang loose, neck loose. And engaging your core. Maybe placing your hands on your hips. Coming up to standing. Big deep breath in, arms up and around. And exhale, hands to heart center. Now facing me, we're going to just stand in mountain pose. You want your shoulder blades down your back, neck long and strong, pushing your crown of your head to the sky, kneecaps engaged. It looks like you're standing here in a passive pose, but you're actually engaging a lot of muscles. Also be mindful of where you're shifting your weight. Are you forward in your feet onto the mound, so your toe mounds? Or is all your weight back in your heels? Or are you rolling maybe inside or out? Pay attention to the weight you're distributing on your feet and try to find a balance in all four corners. And from here, we're just going to do half sun salute. So breathing in, bringing your arms up and around. Exhale, float down. Inhale, half fold. You want your back straight and strong and long in the half fold. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, coming up. Engage your core. Arms up and wide as you inhale. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do that again. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, coming back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do one more round of it. Inhale up. Exhale, float down. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, forward fold. And coming up again. Exhale, hands to heart center. Meet me in warrior two. You want your knee above your ankle. I've got my right leg forward. If you're facing me, you might be in left, but let's start on this side. You want your knee not falling inward. You want it out enough that you can still see your big toe. Shoulder blades down your back, arms strong, and gaze out over your fingertips, feeling like a strong warrior. Now let's reverse that warrior. Flip your front hand, bringing it up, back arm down your leg for support. Gaze is up at your hand, getting a nice stretch in your intercostals. As you exhale, let's transition into extended side angle. So your top arm is long and strong, your fingers are stretching as far away from your edge of your back foot as possible. And carving your hips back into triangle pose, letting this hip really let go out this way. You can grab a block, grab your shin, your ankle, or have your hand on the floor. You want your arms, your hands stretching away from each other, really strong. And back to warrior two, bending back into your front leg, keeping everything stable on the floor. From your foundation up. Nice, in warrior two. Let's flow the warrior. So as you inhale, straighten your front leg, arms up. Inhale, exhale, back, bend back into that front leg, arms swinging downward. Inhale up, exhale down. And let's do one more. All right, exhale it down, maybe shake it off. Let's heel toe that front foot so they're both facing forward. We're gonna come into a wide-legged forward fold. So, outer edges of your foot parallel with the outer edges of your mat. And let's just fold at the hips, placing your hands on the ground. Dropping your head, engaging your kneecaps. All right, and then coming back up to standing. We'll just heel toe the other foot forward, so we're in warrior two on the other side. Knee above your ankle. Arms strong, shoulder blades down your back. Gaze out over your hand. Maybe set an intention with that strong gaze. And flip the front hand. Let's go into reverse warrior. And exhale into extended side angle. your hips back, straightening your front leg. We'll do a triangle pose. Very nice. Bending back into that front leg, we'll meet in Warrior Two. And flow it. Inhale up, exhale down. And down. All right. Let's just straighten that front leg, heel toe our legs together. We'll give them a little shake and then meet me in straight-legged seated. So coming to seated, Paschimottanasana. You want to get really sitting tall, maybe pull the flesh out from under your sit bones, sitting as tall as you can, arms up, and then we're going to fold at the hips, really getting into those hamstrings, grabbing wherever it's available to you. Maybe it's your shins, your ankles, perhaps your toes, or even doing the wrap. I like to really dig my ankles into the ground and push my feet like I'm pushing on a gas pedal. It just gets you a little bit further. It's not about bending your back as much as it is about bending in your hip crease. Just lay back in a supine position and windshield wiper your legs. Bend them and then just let them fall side to side. And this is where you want to grab your strap. Okay, grabbing your strap, we're going to place both legs in the strap to start. You want to have your shoulders nicely flat on the ground, down your back, your shoulder blades down your back. And with this, I like to maybe just rock your feet a little bit back and forth. Nice massage in that SI joint. Very gentle. Let's take our left leg out of the strap. Just placing it on the floor. Now with your right leg up in the strap, get a nice stretch through your hamstring, pulling on the strap just gently, not too aggressively. And then we're going to take that leg and move it just across your body, just enough so it's at like 10 o'clock. And you're feeling a nice stretch in your tibial band on the outside of your thigh. Experiment with flexing and pointing your foot and feeling where it feels tighter, right up into that tibial band. Breathing into it. As you breathe in, put your intention on that spot that's screaming at you, and as you exhale, Just focus on letting go and maybe letting that muscle lengthen a little, or the muscles in your hip lengthen a little. And then we're going to slowly lower that foot down, almost to the ground. And as you do, roll to the outside of your bottom leg, your bottom foot. The outer edge will be helping you support your balance. Keeping your shoulders on the ground, both shoulders on the ground. Again, experiment with flexing your foot. Gets really in there, all the way up your leg. And bringing that leg up, back up to center. Feel grounded and solid here. We're going to let that leg open to the other side. Very nice. You're slowly coming back up. Let's place both feet back in the strap. Give it a little rock. Pull on the strap just a little, maybe for a hamstring stretch. And let's take our right leg out, facing it on the ground. Give it a little stretch in the hamstring. And then we're going to slowly just cross it, just across your body to 10 o'clock. I guess 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock now, depending on which leg you're doing. Really feeling that in the outer thigh. Point and flex. Just to find a spot where you know you need to linger. And then pinning your shoulders on the ground, letting that leg roll more. You can go all the way to the ground, if it's available to you. Just hover above it so that you have room to maybe point and flex with your foot. Try not to hike this hip up, keep it down. And then inhale, engage your core and bring that leg up to the top. Get yourself situated again, nice and flat on the ground, and then we'll open that leg up to the other side. Maybe placing your right hand, or the opposite hand of the leg you're using, on the opposite hip bone, just to remind you to keep your hips flat on the ground. Engaging your core, bringing that foot back to center. And let's just release it and get rid of this strap. happy baby now. So bending your legs, your knees are kind of at your armpits, holding the bottoms of your feet. I like to hold the outside edge. Getting your spine as flat on the ground as you can, and rolling off your spine to one side, just off your spine, so you're getting a little bit of a stretch in the muscles that surround your spine. And then rolling off your spine to the other side. Let's slowly release those feet, bringing your feet to the ground, knees bent. We're going to do a supine twist. So let's lift our hips up and move them a little bit to the right. Lifting those knees up, dropping them to the left, opposite way that you moved your hips. Keeping your shoulders flat on the ground. And your gaze can actually go the opposite way of your legs. So you're getting a full spinal twist. You can place your hand that's on the ground, that's on the side that you're twisting to, into your hip crease, just to add a little bit extra traction if you need it. Let's do one more deep breath here with inhaling our intention to a tight spot that you're feeling. And when you exhale, just let go. Let that muscle relax. And releasing. Coming back to center. Placing your feet on the ground and shifting our hips. Lift your hips up and shift them to the opposite side you were in. For me, it's the left. Lifting those knees up, dropping them to the right. Again, let's do this one last breath. Focus your attention on where you need to lengthen and let go. And just breathe out and let it go. Very nice. And coming back to center, we'll do a little bridge pose. So your fingers are at your ankles, so your feet are close enough that you can just touch your ankles. We're going to push in and lift our hips up, shoulders down your back again. Tuck them in as you come up. You can clasp your hands underneath. You don't want your knees to be falling in or out. Keeping them strong and straight. Pushing into your feet, engaging your quads and your glutes. And your abs. And then just releasing one vertebrae at a time, slowly coming down. And we're ready for Shavasana. Just straightening your legs, making sure your shoulder blades are down your back so you're nice and comfortable. Just maneuver so that nothing is tense, everything feels right, and you just let go. Scanning your body from head to toe, checking in to see if maybe you're still holding, clenching something like your jaw, a glute, your abs. Maybe check in with your eyes. Are they darting back and forth? Let them drop downward. And just breathe naturally. As we come out of Shavasana, just maybe take a deeper breath. Start some little movements like rolling your wrists and your ankles. And then rolling to your side. Soft gaze as you open your eyes. Giving yourself some gratitude for the practice today, being good to yourself. And pushing into this hand, coming to seated. Hopefully you're feeling nice and relaxed and loose and stronger. I thank you for practicing with me. In gratitude, namaste.